Good evening, and thank you for joining us tonight as we talk about the Lions Quest, building the support system, and steps 4 through 6. We covered steps 1 through 3, and if you don't have that, the link to that YouTube video, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to send that to you. You can reach me at Jerome Thompson, which is at jerome@jeromethompsonlaw.com. This evening, we've got several folks involved and eager to join with us and learn more about Lions Quest. And so we're going to continue through this. And this is the need. And this is why that we're here tonight, because every 45 seconds, a child or teen is arrested somewhere in the United States. Every 2 minutes, a child is placed into foster care somewhere in the United States. And over 14,000 students are suspended from public schools each and every day. And gun violence has overtaken car accidents as the leading cause of death for ages 1 through 19. And we as Lions know that where there's a need, there's a lion, and this is a huge need. And working together, we're going to find a solution. And that solution involves Lions Quest. It's a 16-week curriculum of social emotional learning that helps the students to learn self-management, how to control themselves, their awareness of their self-worth, help them to make better decisions, help them to become more empathetic and aware of their surroundings and society, and to develop better relations and relationship skills, working with teams, dealing with others in the school system, in the court system, and in society, dealing with their peers, as well as dealing with adults, other adults, and caring adults in their life. The PACE Center for Girls indicates the evidence that the Lions Quest program works. 78% of the girls in the PACE Center was failing one or more classes prior to Lions Quest. 18% had previously involved with juvenile justice system, and 58% suspended or expelled from school. After Lions Quest, 90% improved academically. 91% were not involved with the juvenile justice system 1 year after the intervention. And we'd cut those involved from 18% down to 9%. 58% had been suspended or expelled, and after Lions Quest, 74% remained in school, in college, or were employed 1 year afterwards. Lions Quest works, and it works because Lions have seen a need and have taken it to our at-risk children. The global membership approach, build a team, build a vision, build a plan, build success, has also proven to be successful in each and every aspect of Lions Clubs International, from our districts, to our zones, to our clubs, forming our service programs. And that is the program or the initiative and the plan that we plan to use for Lions Quest. We're going to build a team, and that team is caring adults who are coming together to support our at-risk students. We're going to bring onto that team our Lions Quest, but we're not simply going to leave it with the team. We're going to teach facilitators how to start the discussion and how to promote discovery learning among our at-risk students. We're going to bring in their parents. We're going to bring in caring adults, and we're going to have a team. Our vision is that we're going to make a difference in the lives of at-risk children, that we're going to help those 700,000 a year that are arrested across the United States. We're going to help those that are moving into foster care settings, and we are going to also assist those who are being suspended from school and returning to school, most often in an alternative school setting. We're going to bring, the plan is to form specialty clubs or club branches or existing clubs embracing Lions Quest, so that we take it to our community, that we're not just simply selling books and selling curriculum, but we're building a relationship that is going to make a difference, because when caring individuals come together, then we are going to make a difference in the lives of others. Lions in our neighborhood schools is a formula for success as we move forward. The club development process for those that want to start new clubs or those who want to start club branches is a 10-step process that we're going to talk about tonight. But if we've got a club that is existing that just simply wants to focus on Lions Quest, then they've already finished these steps, and we're ready to immediately begin to apply for grants and support their desire to bring Lions Quest to their community. On June the 6th, we talked about determining the area of opportunities. Does your juvenile justice system have social emotional learning program? Does your alternative school have a social emotional learning program? Those of you who are on the call tonight, we're tasked with the responsibility of finding out that information so that we can figure out, is there a need? Then to develop your team, to begin to talk in your district with your Lions Quest chair, your global membership team leader, your district governor team, other Lions are engaged in the juvenile court system, the alternative schools, or in the legal system, bringing them all on board and helping to build a vision for a better tomorrow in your community. And then conducting a site development research, talking with your judges, talking with your alternative school leadership, and showing them what Lions Quest can and will do for their system. Those were the discussions that we took the deep dive on June the 6th, and we have that available on a video that you can watch it and learn more about. Tonight, we're going to talk about promoting the new club, and we're going to break each of these down so that we need to have key takeaways for each of the 4 steps. Then we're going to talk about recruiting charter members, and we're going to talk about then also recruiting charter members to our new club. And then the 6th step is conducting that informational meeting, talking about the history of the Lions and how that we lead with Lions Quest, but then once we lead with service, we invite for impact. And so that is where we're going to go over the next few minutes. We are being recorded, and we'll share this recording via YouTube with everyone that has applied and registered for tonight's seminar. As we continue to move forward, then on the July 26th, we're going to talk about conducting that organizational meeting, voting in officers, deciding on quarterly service projects, discussing Lions Quest partnerships, and continuing to recruit new members. We're all going to talk about submitting that charter application. We're going to talk about that charter approval process, and we're going to talk about that continued development and that charter night and how we're going to celebrate the success moving forward. So those are the 10 steps. We've already covered the first 3. And tonight, we need to remember that each Lions Quest implementation will be a little different. Why? Because the needs of youth are not identical in every community. My community very well may have a problem with meth. Other people may have a problem with marijuana. Others may have a problem with gun violence or a problem with other delinquent acts. And so each Lions Quest implementation is going to be slightly different, and each club is going to be slightly different. The commitment of Lions is going to vary. Some of our Lions are going to be wholeheartedly sold on this concept and willing to run with it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And others will want to talk about it once or twice a month when they get together and have less engagement. That's okay. Each of our implementations can be different. And we're going to take Lions where they are, and we're going to help to develop them to where that we'd like them to be. And that is fully engaged at providing a quality of life second to none for our at-risk students. Our partners will each be different. Some of us will partner with juvenile justice systems who want to run the Lions Quest program internally. Others will partner with juvenile justice systems where they want us as Lions to facilitate the program and report back to them those that have graduated. Some of us will partner with foster care group homes. Others of us will partner with alternative schools. Our partners will be different, and therefore our implementation is going to be slightly different. Lions Quest is evidence-based. The one thing that we must remember is that we have to follow the formula to achieve the desired outcomes. It's because of the formula that Lions Quest, the way it's presented and the order is presented, that we can provide the evidence that this program will work in your community. Having said that, then let's continue our journey of steps 4 through 6. Hopefully, you've identified the need in your community, you've begun to develop your district team, and you have already began to talk about partnering with one of the support systems, the foster care systems, or alternative schools in your community. And if that be the case, then we are ready for step 4, promoting the new program. Applying for that Lions Quest promotional grant. The Lions Quest promotional grant is a $1,500 grant with no matching funds required. There's no deadline. It's a rolling application. And the purpose is to introduce Lions Quest to a community. The grant is intended to jumpstart Lions Quest activities in a new area. Kim Haynes is on staff at Lions Quest, and she's the one that can help us to make sure that our grants are approved and used properly. That grant can be used to host informational meetings about Lions Quest, inviting your school officials, your community officials, your children's policy councils, your children's welfare workers, and folks like that to dinner and or a lunch and buying their lunch or dinner. It can be used for promotional materials such as pop-up banners and tablecloths and brochures that you might need. And Lions Quest is going to be, department is going to be very good to send you out some ink pens and some flyers and some brochures and things to share with your community as you begin to have your meetings. The first thing we need to do is go to lionsclubs.org, and in that search box, put Lions Quest grants. It'll pull it up, and you complete that grant application. You begin to talk with Kim. We tweak that. We are going to work with the courts and the schools to identify community stakeholders, people who would be delighted to help to improve the quality of life for at-risk students. And then we're going to put together our invitation list. Hopefully we're going to have 75 people in attendance, because out of that 75 people in attendance, I firmly believe that we can form a Lions Club or a branch of a Lions Club to bring Lions Quest to your community and to have the Lions there to build that relationship. That is the next step in promoting these clubs, is asking for the grant and beginning to build your list of community stakeholders that you want to invite to this informational meeting. The grant application questions include a program description, informational seminars. They'll want to know who is your audience, Lions, educators, or community members. And hopefully your audience will be all three. They'll want you to describe the format and goals of the seminar. We're going to have a luncheon. We're going to invite these people. We're going to provide this information. And our goal is to have at least one new Lions Quest program started in the court system, and to have enough interest to form a club or a club branch to support the system. The other thing is, will you be working with any other organizations, and how will they be involved? This goes back to identifying some of those partnerships in step 3, because this is where you'll need to put, yes, we'll be working with the Children's Policy Council, or yes, we'll be working with the juvenile justice system, or yes, we'll be working with the Department of Human Resources. And this is what they will contribute to support Lions Quest, and this is what will contribute to support Lions Quest. The more detailed planning that you can have, the more likely that your grant will be approved. Describe how this seminar program will respond to local needs. And this is where you're going to talk with experts in your community. We have 200, we have 500 children that come before the juvenile court every year. Most of them are involved in some drugs or drug-related crimes, or the crimes are supporting their needs to purchase and use drugs. And so the Lions Quest program will focus on helping students to make better decisions, to select better friend groups, and to understand the dangers of drugs and alcohol. Those type of things that your committee that you put together in step 2 is beginning to discuss, so that you can put it into your grant application. What techniques will you use to follow up with the participants? This is where that you have an opportunity, you have an opportunity for that new Lions Club or that new Lions Club branch to form that community Lions Club and bring these students into a Leo Club so that you can continue to monitor them. You'll know how many of them have gone back and seen the juvenile judge. You'll know how many of them continue to participate in the Leo Club. You'll know how many of them participate in service projects, that how many of them participating in other life skill learning after the program that is facilitated through the Leo Club by the Lions Club that is sponsoring it. You provide a proposed timeline for planning and executing the event. You've got to be somewhat specific. If we receive this grant on August 1st, we will send invitations to 150 people, inviting them to an informational meeting. On such and such date, we will hold the informational meeting at this spot. The PowerPoint that we plan to use is XYZ, and have that whole timeline there. And then don't just stop at the informational meeting, but when your organizational meeting is going to be, when your charter night is projected to be, when you expect to have the first Lions Quest lesson taught. As we continue then, the program description and other activities, you're going to describe the format and goals of your planned promotional activities. And those will reiterate some of the things you've already talked about, but how that you're going to promote it with press releases, how you're going to promote it on social media, how you can promote it with an email campaign and things of that nature. And how will the project improve understanding or awareness of the Lions program amongst Lions educators and community members? Most of us have no knowledge of Lions Quest. And so this is an easy question that in my community, Lions Quest is unknown. By the time we finish the promotion and have spent the $1,500 grant, we anticipate 75 people will be further informed about Lions Quest. We anticipate that at least one Lions Quest program will be implemented, and that program will impact X number of students over the next year. Those are the questions and the things that you need to begin to think about now, because those are the questions that are on the application, the grant application, that will need to be answered. And provide a proposed time schedule for planning and executing grant funded activities. Be specific. That's going to be the same as the one above. And then your grant can be used for room rentals if you need to rent a room to hold a meeting, audio-visual rental, laptop, PowerPoint projectors if needed, promotional materials and shipping, a meal or snacks for the participants. If you need someone to come in and to help, whether that's a trainer or a staff member, then the grant could be used for flights and hotel and expenses for trainers or people to come in to assist you. Local transportation from the airport to the hotel to the meeting space and back to the airport for the trainer. Other promotional activities which would result in increased understanding and awareness of Lions Quest. So as you can see, the grant is pretty wide open as long as you can tie it back to the promotion of the Lions Quest program. And so that's the first thing. Now, understand also there's a $15,000 grant that once you have someone committed to putting in the Lions Quest, you apply for the $15,000 grant, and that helps us to implement the program. So we can truly say that as we go into the juvenile court system, or as we go into a foster care group home, that this program we can put in for you at no cost to you, and also at no cost to your district. And the license that we provide the facilitators are a 5-year license, and so they can use the material for up to 5 years. At the end of that 5-year period, to renew that license, currently it's $199. And if the program is successful, there's not a Lions Club, there's not an agency that we're working with that can't come up with a couple of $100 to continue the program for another 5 years. I just firmly believe that this program, once we jump started, will fund itself through fundraisers with your club and your club branch, and support our Leo clubs moving forward. And so,
can I ask a question, PID Jerome?
You may, yes, sir.
Thank you. Since you are taking the lead and managing this activity, if it is okay, can you share the templates, what you have done, how you have filled out? So since this is all new to us, we want to learn from the master to do it right. That way, when we start reaching our clubs and whatnot, we can make sure we give the correct information and reduce the time once we qualify that this club is in a position to reach out and do certain things.
Absolutely. And also then, after we finish this 3-part series, we'll be working with our staff and Kimberly Haynes to have webinars that answer questions and go over the grant process in more detail than what I did tonight. But is past District Governor Patel correct?
Yes, yes.
Past District Governor Patel, what I can do and what I will do at the end of this meeting is everyone registered for tonight's webinar. I will send them the link to the PowerPoint, the informational PowerPoint that I used with the juvenile judge. I will send to them the link to the YouTube lessons, steps 1 through 3 of forming the club. And then I'll send tonight's link to tonight's webinar
Recording.
And then I will also send a registration link for the next series, which is on July 26th, which will complete the 10-step series, 10 steps of forming new clubs. The one thing that we have to recall is the slide a few minutes back is that each implementation is going to be slightly different because each community is different. Each agency we're going to work with is a little different. And so what I plan to do is be available to mentor and coach each state through their implementation process, whether that's Michigan, who is working with the juvenile justice systems, or New Jersey, because each state will be just a little different. And staff and I are prepared to hold your hand and get you through that first implementation and give you the education, the excitement, and then empower you to continue to replicate what you've done in New Jersey in one spot in other spots until we cover all the counties in New Jersey, until we cover all the counties across the United States. But that's a very good question. And yes, I want to be your mentor, and I want to work with you as we move forward. Is that a fair answer?
Thank you. I couldn't ask for anything better.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm going to drop back to step 5, where we're going to begin to talk about recruiting charter members. You remember we've got that grant. We've gathered those 75 people together. We've talked with them about Lions Quest, and then we're going to talk with them a little bit about the need to have 20 caring individuals coming together to support the Lions Quest and to help with the implementation, and why that it's important to be a Lion. We have to prepare to solicit the members at this informational meeting. That we're going to talk about Lions Quest, but then we're also going to talk about Lions clubs and how they come together. We're going to focus on the 12 community coalition sectors. You can Google those, but also there's going to be a slide here in just a second where we're going to talk about the different community sectors that when they come together and we begin to work together, once we have that club, if they'd like to become a 501c3 with these 12 coalitions, they can put themselves in a position to qualify for federal drug-free community grants up to $125,000 a year and continue to further our impact in our community. And so we're going to shoot for 25 to 35 charter members. We've got to plan that meeting. We need to know when and where, who's going to do the presenting. Do you need someone from out of town to come and to do presenting? Are we going to have somebody Zoom in? What is the objective? Why are we having it? What is the meal? And who's going to send invitations? And just as if we were going to be starting a club, but the twist is it's going to be a specialty club, and that club is going to focus on Lions Quest and implementing Lions Quest. Now, as we're talking about this sample community sectors to engage, those include the health, and that health can be doctors, it can be mental health people, it can be hospital educators, diabetes educators, all of these people coming together, because some of our students that we're going to be working with that are at risk are going to have health needs, And if we have someone in our club already that understands those needs, then we can figure out what kind of service we need to provide as a club to support the total at-risk student. There needs to be some people from our police and our judicial communities, people who understand some of the crime, some of the youth, and can help us to get them engaged in Lions Quest. Government officials, we need those city council people, we need the mayors, we need the county officials, we need the judges, our business community, because our businesses all thrive when we have a better quality of life for everyone. We also need to find some youth. There's some 18, 19, 20-year-old college students who may be majoring in criminal justice. They may be majoring in social work. They may be majoring in education. We need them as part of our core group of people because they can best relate to our at-risk students, and they are developing the skills, and we can help them to build a resume so that when they get ready to leave college and apply for jobs, they are a member of the world's largest service organization, and this is the experience they already have. We can set them up to be heads and shoulders above anybody and everybody that applies for whatever job's out there. We need parents. We need parents of the at-risk youth, but we need parents of our children who are not at risk, because together we need to begin to bring our communities together. We can do that with parents. We need media, the radio station, the television, the TV stations, the newspapers, because they can help us to get our message out. We need the human services, and we have a lot of nonprofit organizations out there that are already providing services to our youth. We need to invite them to be part of our Lions Club and part of this Lions Quest initiative, because when we form partnerships with other agencies in our community, we're all better together. To quote our international president, Brian Sheehan, together we can, and together with other organizations in our community, we can reach our at-risk children and make a difference. Our religious communities, because they bring our moral fabric and our discussion to the table, and they can assist us in providing additional resources to our at-risk children. Our social and fraternal humanitarian organizations. It's okay if someone belongs to the Civitans and to the Lions and to the Kiwanis and the Lions and to the Rotary and the Lions, because as we put Lions Quest together, there's going to be more needs than we as a Lions Club can meet. And if we have some dual membership, then they can go and help these other organizations to assist us. We have some community activists, and you know who they are in your community. I know who they are in my community, that if something is getting done, there's this group of 4, 5, 6 people who's the shakers and movers in our community. They need to be involved because this is an out-of-the-box idea that they will buy into, because everyone loves to help children. Our cultural organizations, whether those are our arts councils or our Friends of the Library, our housing organizations and our housing administration, our sports and recreation departments, our environmentalists, our agriculture community, they all need to come together, because what we're doing when we pull this group together is we are developing service projects that our LEOs, which were formerly delinquent at-risk students, they were formerly foster care at-risk students, they were formerly at-risk alternative school students, and now they're our LEO club. And all of a sudden we have all kinds of service opportunities for them, and we can almost provide them something to do hands-on with one of these groups every other month. We can provide them skills to add to their resumes, and we can partner and with them and mentor them and help them along the way. So this is the sample of the community sectors that we need to engage as we move forward. These are also the community engagement sectors that your drug-free coalition grants from the US government will be looking to see if we're involving a cross section of the community. And I realize that that is probably steps 3, 4, 5, 6, phase 4, 5, 6 of this program. I dream big, but we've got to start today positioning ourselves to achieve big outcomes. And then if you want the sample PowerPoint, for your informational meeting, this is the QR code. You can go ahead and take your phone and get it now and email it to yourself. This is the PowerPoint that we've been using to share with agencies and with judges and with foster group home directors, so they understand what Lions Quest can do for them. And so as we conduct this informational meeting, we've gathered everybody together. We have our committee together. We've invited 100 people. We have hopefully 50 to 75 people there. We're going to talk about the community need. We're going to then lead with Lions Quest service. We're going to sell a vision of a drug-free community. We're going to give them the history of our Lions Club, and we're going to tell them what it takes to form a Lions Club to specialize in supporting Lions Quest in your community. And then hopefully we're going to follow up with them and find that 20 to 25 caring adults who will come together to bring Lions Quest to your community. Now, I understand that there may be some clubs that when we share this with them in their community, they say, there's no need to form a new club. We want to do this. And that's fine. Use this grant to bring members into the existing club. We may have some clubs that say, we don't really want a new club formed, but if you want to form a branch and then work with us and then just handle this Lions Quest, that's fine. We'll make them a club branch, and they'll just be part of XYZ Lions Club, and we'll work together and we'll support them. But I don't think our town's big enough for 2 Lions Clubs. And if that's the case, let's use the same model to bring the members together to form that club branch. And a club branch only takes 5. So we start with 5 and then we grow to 25 and 30 and 50 and however many is necessary. And there may be some towns, whether we don't have a Lions Club that's interested in taking on Lions Quest, or we don't have a Lions Club, but we do have a need. And we bring the same formula to that community. And with the community leaders, we build that invitation list and we support this informational meeting. And so as we move forward, then we're going to apply for the grant. We're going to begin to put together our list of people that we want to invite to our informational meeting. And we're going to begin to conduct our informational meeting. And so in the next 3 weeks, I think it would be good if we could, number 1, apply for that grant. Number 2, begin to make that list of community stakeholders that should be invited to your informational meeting. And to be quite honest, once you've got in step 3, you've gone and you've talked with your juvenile judge, you've gone and talked with your alternative school director, you've gone and talked with your foster group home leader, they already have their people that they work with on a regular basis, and they can use their influence to build our list of invitees to 50, 75, 100 pretty quickly. And if they'll join with us in sending that invitation letter, then we'll be able to very quickly begin to get people engaged, and then plan and conduct that informational meeting. If we do, here's July 6th, we apply for the grant, we build our list. We're probably looking at about August 15th, having that informational meeting. If we can do that, then we'll be ready to move forward. Understand that you're not standing alone. Lions Clubs International, Lions Clubs International Foundation, Lions Quest, which is part of Lions Clubs International Foundation. We have tools, we have resources to pave the road to success. And you can contact me. Here's my email address, and there's my phone number. I want to make sure that working together, we bring Lions Quest to at least one community in all 50 states initially. And we continue to expand our influence with Lions Quest until we have a Lions Quest program in each and every county, in each and every state across the United States. Why? Because we can make a difference in the lives of at-risk children, number 1. We'll lead with service, and then we'll be able to invite for impact. This Lions Quest initiative provides a unique service in a spot where there isn't a voice for at-risk children, but it also gives us as Lions an opportunity to invite people walk alongside us to join our association, to grow our association, to expand our footprint of service, and to develop leadership opportunities for other people in our community. I'm excited about all that's going on. I hope that this has helped in some way. Let me tell you that the Lions Quest webpage is available and has a lot of different resources. It's an opportunity for you to go and do some self-study. The Specialty Club webpage also has a lot of information about how to put together a specialty club. I would encourage Past District Governor Patel and his team to explore these websites as well. And then starting a new club webpage, lionsclubs.org/start a new club, has a lot of information about starting clubs. And if need be, we can get you a new club development workshop together, and someone who can come that can sell the concept of Lions Club Quest and forming Lions clubs. We're here to help and provide whatever level of resources we need. We will do anything from holding hands to coaching, to coming on site with some of our new club development workshop specialists and assisting in making sure that this is a reality in your community. What does success look like? To be quite honest, success is going to be defined by you. I know what success looks like for me. Success to me is when we have started a Lions Quest program around at-risk students, at least one program in each of the 50 states. But to you, in your state and in your community, success will be different. And you and your team get to define that. And once you've defined that, my job is to help you to reach your goals of success. How can you help? Between now and July 26th, review steps 1 through 6 and try to complete as many as you can. Join the call on July 26th to discover the next step in the process. And then I'm going to open this up now for questions and answers. And I'm going to quit sharing my screen so that we can see one another and talk candidly about what we need to do to move forward. Lion Ollie, I hope I haven't disappointed you.
Yes, I enjoyed the talk.
Thank you. I'm also going to stop our recording at this point in time.